Welcome back, my friends. The news today is that Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares has resigned amid problems in United States and falling sales overall. Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares has resigned from the automaker, which cited different views between him and the board of directors. The Jeep maker said that its process to appoint a new CEO is well underway and that it expects to conclude the search during the first half of next year. Until then, the company said it will establish a new interim executive committee led by Chairman John Elkann. But, before we get into all of that, I would like to thank everyone who views my videos. If you would like to support the channel, please see the link to buy me a coffee in the video description below. And, please hit the like button and leave me a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares has unexpectedly resigned from the automaker amid increasingly different views between the executive and the board of directors, the company said Sunday. The world's fourth largest carmaker said its board accepted Tavares' resignation on Sunday. His departure is effective immediately. Jeep maker Stellantis said that its process to appoint a new CEO is well underway and that it expects to conclude the search during the first half of next year. Until then, the company said it will establish a new interim executive committee led by Chairman John Elkann. Stellantis' success since its creation has been rooted in a perfect alignment between the reference shareholders, the board and the CEO. However, in recent weeks different views have emerged which have resulted in the board and the CEO coming to today's decision, Henri de Castries, Stellantis senior independent director, said in a release. A Stellantis spokesman declined to disclose any additional information regarding the resignation. U.S. traded shares of the automaker were off roughly 7% during pre-market trading Monday. Ahead of the resignation, the stock was down about 43% in 2024. The market will inevitably ask why the Stellantis board considered that not having a permanent CEO for some months was preferable to keeping the current CEO in situ, Bernstein analyst Daniel Roska said in an investor note Sunday night. We struggle to identify any scenario under which these events can be positively spun as far as the stock price is concerned. Stellantis on Sunday reconfirmed its previously lowered guidance for the year that included an adjusted operating income margin of 5.5% and 7% and industrial free cash flow between -€5 billion, $5.3 billion, to -€10 billion. Tavares' resignation comes less than 2 months after the company announced he would retire at the end of his contract in early 2026. At the time, Stellantis said it planned to name a successor by the fourth quarter of next year. Tavares, 66, had led Stellantis since its creation through a 2021 merger between Fiat Chrysler Automobiles and PSA Group, where he had been board chair since 2014. The longtime automotive veteran, a prodigy of former Nissan executive Carlos Ghosn, was widely heralded in recent years for spearheading the merger and making Stellantis one of the world's most profitable automakers. But this year, the company's financial results have severely underperformed expectations amid mismanagement of the U.S. market, its prime cash generator, with a lack of investment in new or updated products, historically high prices and extreme cost-cutting measures. The company, which also owns brands such as Dodge, Fiat, Chrysler, and Peugeot, lowered its annual guidance targets in September, a month ahead of the automaker reporting a 27% decline in third-quarter net revenue. The credibility of Carlos Tavares had been massively undermined by the collapse in profitability in Stellantis North American operations, which had caused the group to slash its 2024 guidance on 30th of September, Bernstein's Roska said. Stellantis sales also have struggled this year. Most recently, the company reported a roughly 20% decline in year-over-year global vehicles sold during the third quarter. That included extending a years-long free fall during in the US despite Tavares' attempts to correct what he has called arrogant mistakes. Tavares made cost-cutting a critical mission for Stellantis, including a self-reported €8.4 billion in reductions from the merger. Chairman of Ferrari and Stellantis John Elkann attends an event to inaugurate Ferrari's new e-building facility where the luxury sports car maker is testing lines before an expected start of car production in early 2025, in Maranello, Italy, June 21, 2024. The cost-saving measures have included reshaping the company's supply chain and operations, as well as reducing headcounts in the US and increasing work in lower-cost countries such as Brazil and Mexico. Several current and former Stellantis executives, who spoke on the condition of anonymity due to potential repercussions, previously described the cuts to CNBC as grueling to the point of excessiveness and leading to problems in the US. Tavares pushed back on the claim that the company's massive cost-cutting efforts had created problems. When you don't deliver for any reason, you may want to use a scapegoat. The budget cut is an easy one. It's wrong, Tavares said in July. Stellantis reduced headcount by 15.5%, or roughly 47,500 employees, between December 2019 and the end of 2023, according to public filings. Additional job cuts this year involving thousands of plant workers. The US and Italy have drawn the ire of unions in both countries. The United Auto Workers Union has been calling for Tavares removal for several months as its members face layoffs and production cuts. Stellantis US dealership network also has spoken out against Tavares amid bloated inventories and a lack of financial support from the company to sell vehicles. UAW President Shawn Fain in a statement Sunday night welcomed Tavares' resignation, calling it a major step in the right direction for a company. Thousands of UAW members at Stellantis have been calling for the company to fire Carlos Tavares due to his reckless mismanagement of the company, Fain said. We are pleased to see the company responding to pressure and correcting course. The search for a new CEO will take months, but the US brands can't wait that long for vehicle sales to pick up. Which brands will get the most attention in Stellantis shakeup? With the sudden departure of embattled CEO Carlos Tavares, it might appear that Stellantis is free falling into the financial abyss, with a number of its automotive brands facing a questionable future. But of the 14 global brands that came together to form Stellantis in 2021, there's one that got more attention than the others in the immediate fallout from Tavares' resignation on December 1, Maserati. Yes, Italy's Trident brand based in Modena, which dates to 1926 and became part of the Fiat Group in 2005, was visited on December 4, just a few days after Tavares' departure, by Stellantis chairman John Elkann, where he shook hands with employees and met with the brand leadership and motorsports team. Elkann is the grandson of Gianni Agnelli, who was Fiat's principal shareholder until his death in 2003. We don't know exactly what was said in those meetings, but a press release declaring Stellantis chairman John Elkann meets Maserati's people suggests he was there to calm employee concerns about the future of both Maserati and its parent company. Our industry is going through hard times, Elkann said in the post-visit press release. I firmly believe that in these situations it is necessary to remain united, and I therefore decided to be there for our people and to visit Maserati's historic headquarters in Modena today. That press release had another meaningful news nugget. Elkann had been in Auburn Hills, Michigan, the North American headquarters for Stellantis, on Monday, December 2, as Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Dodge employees were learning that their CEO was out of a job. There was no press release about Elkann's visit to Auburn Hills or meeting with employees or management or what was said there, which potentially leaves the 52,000 US workers wondering about their jobs and the stability of the brands they serve. This may have just been a case of brand communication teams within Stellantis not, ironically, communicating with each other, but recent cost cutting has already eliminated about 4,000 Stellantis jobs in Detroit, Toledo, Ohio, and Warren, Michigan. It's tumultuous times like these when effective and well-planned communication is more important than ever, both within a company and externally. So, what did Elkann, who is leading a committee to find a new Stellantis CEO by mid-2025, do in Auburn Hills on that first day after Tavares lost his $39 million job? But, what do you think? Please hit the like button and leave us a comment below. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Please share this video on social media. And, before we end, a word from the sponsor of this video. Today's sponsor is ProWorldNet.com. ProWorldNet.com is a job website specifically dedicated to licensed professions, doctors, including any type of specialty nurses, and that includes all grades of nurses. Lawyers, regardless of area of legal focus. Teachers and professors, from kindergarten through graduate school. As well as any kind of job that requires a government license or certification. And ProWorldNet.com also includes short-term gig-type jobs as well. So, be sure to check out ProWorldNet.com if you are looking for a job or an employee. Thank you for watching.